Um, I have so much love and adoration for people, and I was really fortunate. We will fail fast, learn, and pivot if we need to, and make adjustments. Try something. If it doesn't land, stop trying that thing and do something else.
So, yeah. It's interesting.
I don't want broken things milling around. I know.
Our new tagline is enjoy the life you have, build the life you want. Sometimes we're so focused on building the next thing, we forget we are standing inside something special. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Cheese Curds and Coffee. My name is Alan Thompson, and I'm joined by my beautiful, spectacular, wonderful, talented wife and the star of the show, Katie Thompson.
Why am I the star of the show? Why are we not a duo?
We are a duo, but I always thought that one person could be the star. One person's Batman, one person's Robin. One person's Batman, one person's Superman. One person's Wonder Woman.
I don't know.
Welcome back to Cheese Curds Coffee. If this is your first time, thank you for either listening to us on a podcast or watching us on YouTube. If you've noticed, we've changed our setup again. We are testing, trying to figure out what the best situation is. So I've got my headphones on because I'm making sure that the audio is good to go. And Katie, you don't have to be bothered with it. And we don't want to mess up that new haircut. So. Cheese Curds of Coffee, where we talk about building health, wealth, happiness, building the life that you want. We have a new tagline that we want to introduce to you all in the course of this episode. But what we normally do is we start with a week in review. And in it, there are lessons that I think younger Alan, younger Katie would have loved to have learned. And so maybe we can pass on some of that knowledge to you all listening. So, Katie, how was your week?
It was great. It was a busy week. Let's see. Started, oh my gosh, it's Saturday today. I'm trying to figure out where we started the week. I had business things to do, scheduling, payroll, rent payments, the essentials to make sure that the lights stay on, all that good stuff. But then I also had a coffee date with a person that we would like to invite to join the coaching team, looking at, having an additional sub on our roster for when people need vacations, but also brainstorming ideas on building out some new programs. We'd love to be able to invite kids and have an actual structured program for kids, not just putting them in the regular CrossFit classes with their parents. And she's got some really exceptional training and background in things that would help us create and cultivate that. So we brainstorm a little bit of that. Really fun day. Just, spent a couple hours getting to know each other a little bit better and having some good conversation. What else did we do? Wow, I had a laundry list and now my mind is blank. We got ready for our Pride workout, which was this morning, and one of my absolute favorite days of the year. Get to celebrate the inclusive environment and community that we've built, and celebrate the fact that we welcome everybody, no matter where you're at in life, no matter what's going on. You can trust that it's a safe space, and you've got a great family and friends through the doors in our gym. We had an awesome dinner with a high school friend of yours.
Yeah.
That was really fun. We haven't seen him since, gosh, was it our wedding or did they travel down here?
I think the last time we saw Rob was he was the best man. My best man at his wedding.
Yeah. That's been a few years. So that was good. Got some workouts in. Bought some new running shoes.
Yeah, I love it.
I laugh because I'm not a runner. But Alan says now that I have running shoes, I'm a runner when I'm running.
You're a runner when you're buying running shoes. You're a runner when you're running. You don't have to be a runner anytime else.
That's great. I'll take that hat off when I'm not wearing those shoes.
I love that.
How about you? What was your week?
So this week, working on this new YouTube channel. So we are making some changes to what we were doing and now incorporating those changes into this new channel, this new format, which has been a lot of fun. We got invited to speak at an event July 7th coming up, so spent some time trying to figure out how we're going to motivate a bunch of young adults in health and wealth and happiness, and how to build those things. So worked on that, thought about that. It just made, I think I got pretty vulnerable with you about wanting just to make a commitment to all the things that we're doing. As far as the business, this podcast and YouTube channel, and just wanting to make sure that we carve out the right time and energy to get after it. And so I came to you today. I didn't need to be convinced, but watching you in your environment today, at that workout, at that community event, convinced me that we have to expand this community, build an online community, give more people an opportunity to be around this, all this that you got going on. So, it was a good week. The purpose of today's episode, one of the sort of the through line, is this idea of starting even when you're not ready. Just to give a little bit of background, Katie and I bought this business
April 2022. So April was 4 years for us.
Yeah. Been quick.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's been that long at all.
Yeah, and I know we had kind of ventured into entrepreneurship and tried some different things, but this was the first time we put like real cash money down. And it wasn't a perfect situation. It wasn't any of those things, but we felt like, let's get started. Even though we're not ready, let's get started. Let's get moving. Let's give it a shot. And I don't know, all of that was kind of going on in my head today, watching you do your thing. So, so the lesson, the takeaway from this week, as we launch this new YouTube channel, reinvigorate the podcast, and think about launching an online community, or commit to launching an online community, is to get started even when you don't feel ready. So you ready to get into it?
Let's go.
Okay. What did today's workout feel like from your side? Like, what did that event feel like for you today?
Well, I started crying the minute I tried to talk to everybody. So
Yes.
Obviously it's an emotional day, an emotional. There's meaning behind why we celebrate Pride and why we take time specifically in our gym to make sure that is part of our DNA.
Yeah, but why is it so emotional for you? Like why? I mean, literally, Katie started the opening speech, get the class ready to warm up. She's done it a million times, and I don't even know three words in. You're getting emotional, and it was real, and it was just. But why? Why is it so emotional? Why does it matter so much to you?
I have so much. I'm getting emotional now. If you're watching, you can probably see that my eyes are welling up with tears. I have so much love and adoration for people, and I was really fortunate. I had a really kind, welcoming, and warm family, and not everybody gets that. And I have been exposed to, and I have, several friends today we're celebrating Pride, right? In the LGBTQ community who don't have a supportive family environment and, are not able to be out and proud, or are apprehensive to have the conversation or to have to say the words out loud, to their friends and family for fear of the reaction. And one of my best friends in college came out to me and said, I understand if you don't want to be my friend anymore and if you need to leave, because we were having this discussion at, his apartment. And I thought, wow, how powerful that you have been met with this response in the past, and that you are fearful that that's the response that you're going to get from maybe anyone that you have this conversation with. So I never want someone to feel that way. And I want everybody to know that we are a safe space and that we are inviting to whomever wants to walk through the doors, wherever you are. And that could be, who you love. That could be where you are in your financial journey. That could be where you are on a fitness journey. That could be you just moved to town and you don't have any friends or you haven't met people yet, right? Like, we never know what's going on with people, but in our gym and in our community, you can show up on your best day, you can show up on your worst day, and you're going to be met with joy and gratitude and celebration. And I want that for people.
Do you want to take a break? Or?
No, I'm okay.
You sure?
Yeah. You get the good, the bad, the ugly with me.
What was the energy like today?
It was incredible.
Yeah.
There were so many smiles and laughs and high fives and dancing and, bright colors and just enthusiasm, celebrating fitness, celebrating friendship, and all the things that I want to see people get to do every day. It was incredible.
So class is wrapping up, and I shot some content before the event started, or while you were kicking it off and everything, and I will put some of that up for people to see. And then went and tried to do the workout. Humbled me. And then we're wrapping up. I'm out recovering and trying to figure out which way is up and this, that, and the other thing. And people are leaving and they're giving you hugs on the way out the door. And I'm just thinking man, you're really impacting people. So, what did you think when folks were giving you a hug out on the way out the door? What was going through your mind?
Well, on one hand, I love that what we're doing is meaningful. I love that people get excited about the things that, we get to help bring to life. And then on the second hand, it makes me sad that people think that they have to say thank you for that, or that we still live in 2026 in a society and in a world that this still exists, that we the reason we have to celebrate Pride, or the reason that we have to, bring attention to we are an inclusive gym, is because there are non-inclusive spaces.
Sure. Yeah.
And if, you land in the wrong spot, you may not feel welcome, or you may feel uncomfortable, and that doesn't work for me.
What part of the day were you most proud of? If there was one thing, one moment, one interaction, and you were like, yeah, this is going in the memory bank.
I don't think it was one interaction. I think it was just the minute we started the workout, there were more than 40 people there this morning.
Yeah.
And it's chaos, right? There's a bunch of equipment out and people are doing all sorts of different things, but everyone was moving together, even though they weren't necessarily at the same part of the workout at the exact same time. That sense of camaraderie and, shared experience, I guess, is what I want to remember. The unity of everyone working out for a beautiful reason.
Yeah.
On a Saturday. Oh my gosh, Saturday. On a Saturday. I mean, it was hot, but it's a beautiful day. Sun was shining. People were working out outside. People were in the inside. People were doing shuttle runs in the front of the building. I mean, it was a vibe. It was a vibe.
It was a vibe. I love that. So if we take a step back and take just a broader picture, some people might be watching this and go, my gosh, it's just a gym. It's just a gym. Sorry, give me 1 second. Some people might be thinking, oh my gosh, it's just a gym. It's just a gym. What's the big deal? And I think the big deal is you build something more than just a place to work out. So how would you describe the community that you've created?
It feels like you get to spend an hour of your day with your best friends. Like having fun, laughing, smiling. There's fitness happening and people are getting a great workout. Man, today everybody told me that it was a lot spicier than they expected.
Sure.
So
Yes.
sorry I made it a little extra hard this year.
Yeah, I was unprepared.
But it truly is. I mean, the cliche tagline of CrossFit is it's the best hour of your day, but it feels like adult recess.
Sure.
And there are a lot of people that we have to say, you need to take a rest day. But they are so excited about coming to the gym and seeing their friends and getting a workout in because of how good we all feel once we've accomplished that, we've done that. The folks that come in the morning leave saying, that was the hardest thing I'm going to do for the entire day.
Yep.
And they're up, riding high. And the folks that are coming in the evening classes are going, I just, might have had a really long day at work and now I'm going to go let off some steam and then I'm going to go home and show up as my best self when I get home to my family or home to my pet or whatever it is that you want to do after you're done getting your sweat on. So it's a workout, but it doesn't feel like that, even though some days are really hard and there may be some communal suffering because there's got to be some science behind. I'm sure there's research studies that we could go find about whatever chemical reaction is happening when you do this around people that you enjoy and are like-minded and, working towards a same or similar common goal, right?
Yeah, for sure. But how, like if you were to explain to somebody who was like us, just showing up, we have this business, and now you're saying like, hey, you got to build this community. Like, how do you do that? How do you build a culture? Like how did you sit down and say like, this is what I want to do. This is what I want this to be for people. How did you do that? Like, what?
I mean, selfishly, I'm building the space that I wish I would have had years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Like this is what I would look for, and then I lead by example. I want to be there. I want to be spending my time working with our coaches, working with our community members. I want to know how are they doing on a personal level, right? Most Globo gyms aren't asking you about your kids or your spouse or the college graduation that your child just celebrated or that you yourself may be celebrating because you're going through a momentous phase of life. Yeah. Taking your medical exams, all that kind of stuff. I want to show up for people the way that I wished I had community showing up for me earlier in my adult years.
So the formula is lead by example. Know the people that are walking into the community. Know what their needs are. Understand them. What else?
I also am pretty real and authentic.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not giving a bunch of lip service. Y'all have seen me cry more often than not, but I also laugh and dance and sing and do all the things. Like,
all while motivating people to.
I'm a very real human.
Yeah, all while motivating people to try to get them to where they want to be.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. And also, you and I are so different. I mean, you're cheese curds and I'm black decaf coffee. I mean, but like one of the things that you do that we kind of touched on earlier is before you bring any new coach in or new coach in, I mean, you spend a ton of time interviewing with them, meeting with them. Even when you bring people on, they'll observe for a while. You bring them up, you'll bring them around the community. And I'm thinking in my mind, again, the difference between you and me, I'm more practical. Like, hey, you need to fill these hours. Go ahead. Like, I don't understand what are we doing? But you go through like a really, really, really thorough process before you say, yes, come join us. So why do you do that? Why go through all that?
Well, two reasons. One, good coaches are not falling off trees. They're hard to come by.
Sure.
And two, I think personality and culture is important.
Yeah.
So, we want to embody the values of our gym.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, you may say something on paper, your resume might look really good, and you might have all the credentials in the world. But by the time you get into the community and interact with the environment, like, there may be some personality clashes. There may be some values that don't quite align with that of the rest of us. And so I want to make sure that as we are welcoming new people, our community members are every bit about as much of a part of this family as the employees themselves. So how do we maximize and encourage the right personality?
So when you're interviewing, then it's just another example of you protecting the culture, basically. Like, you want to protect the culture at all costs.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. So I'm glad you don't listen to me when it comes to like hiring.
I mean, it's one thing if we had desperation of like, I either have to close the gym or I can't offer this class.
Yeah.
Or I hire, ABC coach that just applied that had the credential that I needed to fill the hour. But we're not in that situation, and so I can be selective.
Yeah. In desperation, I mean, we haven't come close to that, but typically it just means you work more. You feel more.
Well, there was a time when that might not have been possible when we both had, full-time jobs.
Yeah. How does fixing a toilet fit into this the unglamorous side of building something? I mean, you're very detail oriented. I mean, anybody who walks in the gym or walks into the bathrooms or knows this is Katie's aesthetic, not Alan's aesthetic. This is all Katie's aesthetic in there.
And hashtag also Stacy, or hashtag asterisk, I should have said.
Yeah.
Stacy's one of our coaches that has an eye for interior design. So she's taken over the bathrooms and my office.
But I get a message from you, we're talking on the phone. You give me an update on the toilet at the gym. I was like, I'll take a look at it. And when I get over there, I think this was Monday or Tuesday, whatever it was. And then I finally get to the gym the next day. I skipped the evening because I was exhausted or whatever. It was already fixed. So how does fixing the toilet fit into the unglamorous side of building the culture and protecting that culture?
Well, as small business owners, we don't just, have a plumber on hand when things break. So the toilet broke. I happened to be the one that broke it. Yeah. I was trying it wouldn't stop running. Yeah. And so I spent probably 25 minutes. I'm not even exaggerating. I think I was back there KJ was on the bike in the back, so she could probably attest
he is,
to how much time I was trying to fix this. And I was unsuccessful at my first 25-minute attempt. And I was frustrated because I had fixed this once before and I went out and bought new hardware to
The stopper.
yeah, fix it the first time. And I thought, man, I should be able to do this. Why is this so difficult for me today? So I put an out of order sign on it for the remainder. That was just leading into our 11 o'clock class. We closed in the middle of the day. So our evening got out of order signs. But by the time I came in the next morning, I thought, I need to look at this again because there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to fix this. And within 30 seconds, I went, oh my gosh, I put the thing on upside down. So I
love that.
fixed it, put it right side up, and sure enough, she was fixed again. So I turned the water back on and took the out of order sign away. Bathroom's fully functioning again.
Love that. Love that.
But how does that relate to culture? I don't want broken things milling around as quickly as we can get them fixed. Sometimes the urinal was broken for more than a day, but that was based on which available plumbers had time to be able to come in and fix it because I can't fix that one on my own.
No, that one needed a plumber. Yeah, that's fair. Cool. Well, shifting gears, let's talk about my week. So this speaking opportunity popped up, and as soon as I started hearing the details about it, I got super excited about it. It's a vibe.
Something that maybe our listeners and community on YouTube doesn't know about Alan is that he is a phenomenal teacher and loves doing these type of learning education workshops.
Yes.
And you thrive in them.
Oh, thank you.
You are really good.
Appreciate
So I'm really glad that you said yes to this opportunity.
It does make me a little nervous. I will say that. A, because I want it to, be valuable for the people that are doing it. And B, just introducing some concepts. The more you all watch this show, the more you realize that Katie is subjected to hundreds of crazy ideas from me. She is like, I think the only person that I just run, and I don't even tell you all the crazy.
I was about to say, ChatGPT has been a nice filter because you will start with ChatGPT and then I only get probably 30% now.
Well, before ChatGPT, it was just you.
I know.
Like, I'll give you an example. I was so obsessed with my financial journey that eventually became our financial journey. That early on in our dating life, I said, we have to set a budget for gift giving. Do you remember this?
Yes. A lot of our friends also know about this.
Why?
Because I have to explain why I can't get you expensive gifts and why I don't receive them in return.
Right. Well, if you want something expensive, you should just go buy it. Not wait for...
Sure. Tell the listeners what the plan is so that they can understand why we're having this conversation and we're laughing.
Oh, because I think I set the initial budget for gifts at like $5 or something.
It was 10.
It was 10.
We got to spend $10 on one another's Christmas gift, a birthday gift, a Valentine's Day gift, anything through that entire first year that we were dating. And that $10 needed to include shipping and tax.
Because you shouldn't wait for Valentine's Day, you shouldn't wait for Christmas, you shouldn't wait for birthdays. If you want something, you should go get it. Not drop a hint to me like, oh, I'd love this bag in 32 days. If we have the money to buy it, just buy it. Like, why are we waiting for companies to mark it up for Valentine's? Yeah. Anyway, so Katie's subject to all these crazy ideas, which means that she's my sounding board. She's my, approver. Like, this is way out of, don't even talk.
I help filter.
Yeah. Anyway, so The event on the 7th is an opportunity to talk about some of these crazy ideas when it comes to health and why we struggle with it so much, right? Like the reasons why we know that an apple is a better choice than a piece of cake. We know that lifting weights will help us build muscle. We know that if we are more active, it's better than being less active. We know that if you want to lose weight, you need to be in a caloric deficit. We know all of these things, but for whatever reason, we cannot do it. People choose not to. And there are reasons why we are subjected to messages that tell us over and over again that these things are bad and we should choose the cake over the apple or choose not working out over working out and all of that. And so if you want to change the behaviors, picking a cake, caloric deficit, then you got to change the messaging that's driving the behavior. So we get to roll that out on the 7th, and I'm excited about that, obviously. So I've never packaged it up before. I've never planned it out, and so now we get to try it. So I'm excited.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, I hope so.
And I had to remind Alan that it doesn't need to be perfect, and that even if we only reach one person in the room, that is a win.
That's a win. So we'll let you all know how it goes. And then this week I also came to you and said, hey, eventually I just want us to be able to live off of our businesses. And, Katie quit her 9-to-5. Gosh, how long ago was that?
December of 23.
December 23. And no intention of ever going back.
That's my goal. But if I need to go back to a corporate style job, I will.
And then I had Monday off work, and I got to experience that again, working on the YouTube channel, working on the business. And I just decided, I told Katie, I was like, I want this for me and for us. And at the same time, not like changing our lifestyle, right? Continue to have things that we have, continue to do the things that we're doing. And so I want to make this transition. I want to make this a reality. And I don't know why I was nervous to come tell you that, but I was nervous to tell you that.
And you don't feel nervous anymore.
Because, well, you said, yeah, let's do it. I thought maybe you might say, no, that's crazy, it's too risky, da-da-da-da-da, but you didn't. So I appreciate it.
I usually say, okay.
And so here we are, in the midst of it, in the making of it. Do we feel ready? Do you feel ready?
Heck no, I don't know anything about any of this technology. I just know how to talk in front of a camera.
Well, you know how to build a community, I know that. Okay. All right, so let's quick transition to the sort of why we're here and what we're talking about. Why do you think people wait to start building the life that they really want?
I have two answers to that.
You can have as many as you want.
My first answer is they have limiting beliefs that are holding them back. So we've talked about this a million times. We've talked about it on other episodes of our podcast, that this concept of like, I can't be a millionaire or I will never be a millionaire, that's such a moonshot. So because I have that mindset, I will never actually try, because even trying and getting halfway there for some people would be considered not worth it. Why even try if I'm only going to get halfway?
Yeah.
Now, on the contrary, if you could get to $500,000, like, that's pretty good, because you're probably not there right now. So I might look at that as glass half full. Just try, and even if you miss, you're probably better off. But I don't think that most people have that mentality. I think that follows suit in the fitness space. Why do people not actually continue on their fitness journey or stay active in a gym? We see this year after year after year, beginning of, you know, the new year, New Year's resolutions. I'm going to get fit this year. I'm going to lose the 30 pounds. I'm going to, you know, get strong or whatever it is. And people go gung ho in January. They start to get a little bit more relaxed in February. By March, you may or may not ever see them back in the gym. And unfortunately, I believe that they have told themselves, you've done this before, you always fail. And so then we let ourselves treat those toxic messages and beliefs into moving us out of the progress that we should be making and continuing to build the lifestyle of, no, I actually am going to do this. This time I'm not going to give up, and I'm worthy of this, and I can change. So limiting beliefs, big indicator. And the other thing I truly believe is just fear. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want people to think I look dumb. I am afraid of not getting there. I'm afraid that people who are naysayers will say, I told you so. Right? There's so many, it's cool when you listen to entrepreneurs that tell you like their social circle wildly changed, or like their family's support wasn't always there, because you have to be a little crazy to take big risks.
Sure.
But if you don't take big risks, you're not going to have a big reward, and not everybody is going to grow at the same pace as you. So you can be afraid and still work towards it and still tell yourself that you can make it happen. And it might take longer. Great example for us, when we bought the gym, it was not profitable. It was still losing money. It had not come back from COVID. And we said, we're going to bet on ourselves and we're going to turn it around. And we told ourselves we could do that in a year. And we didn't do it in a year. It took us longer than a year to be able to turn it around and actually make a profit. Yes. And it was a lot longer than we thought that I could even give myself any semblance of a paycheck. Yeah. But we didn't give up. We continued to say, you know, we'll figure it out. We will fail fast, learn and pivot if we need to, and make adjustments, try something. If it doesn't land, stop trying that thing and do something else.
It's interesting. Yeah, I'm with you. Limiting beliefs and fear, definitely. But like for you, I feel like, did you ever suffer from limiting beliefs or fear? Like you personally, did you ever wrestle with that?
Definitely. I mean, yes.
Well, I asked that question because I can see it in my life for sure. Like we talked about this at length, right? I never thought wealth was a thing I could ever attain, right? Because I've been told throughout my life that people like me don't do that. And I believed it, right? I didn't play sports, I didn't sing and dance, I can't, you know, whatever. And then on the health side, you know, I get these messages all the time. I used to get these messages all the time through social media and the things I was watching and the family and friends and the circles I used to run in, that, you know, you got to eat a certain way, you got to do certain things, you got to be out all night, you got to do all these things that don't contribute to health. And I was fearful of deviating from the norm, like operating outside of what people consider normal. So when I looked at you, I just saw somebody who was like, want to be on stage, like fearless. Like if you asked me, I should use fearless now on doing my intros. I always thought you were just fearless, like all the time.
That I'm a great actress and I should get paid for my acting skills, because I am afraid of a ton of things. I was terrified to walk into the CrossFit gym. And I told you that. And then after the first time, it took 2 months for you to convince me to even go back and take a second class.
You're right.
Because for me, I have been a perfectionist my entire life. Now, some of that I believe was growing up in the dance studio and you have to get the routine right. You have to, I mean, ballet is like, wow, talk about perfectionism and, you know, perfect turnout and body placement and body image and all of that. But that carried over into my schooling, and I put a ton of pressure on myself that an A minus was as bad as an F in my book.
Right.
So there was a very large period of my life where there was not this like, you shouldn't wait until you're ready. You should just start and try and learn from your mistakes. And I was absolutely in the camp of, I'm not going to do this thing because I will not succeed. And I just wouldn't do it. But as I got older, as I got wiser, some of that goes away. The perception of, will people laugh at me, or what is an actual failure? I have a different view than some people. Like, sure, people, I'm not a perfect business owner. And you can even ask, you know, my coaches, and they, of our staff, I make decisions in the business that I know not every person on the staff agrees with.
Sure.
But I'm making a decision for what I believe or we believe is in the best interest of the coaching team, in the best interest of the community, in the best interest of moving the business forward to the next chapter, and, you know, all of those things. Whereas maybe some of the individuals don't have the holistic view. So as I've advanced in my career, I've applied the principles of, I have to make decisions. I have to do things that people might think aren't exactly right, or they might think I'm failing at. And I'll look at it from a totally different lens because I'm gathering data from other sources to make said decision.
Yeah, I hear you. It's been a good 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think would you agree with the statement that you're less fearful, less limiting beliefs now than when we first met?
1,000%, yeah.
Yeah. Me too, for sure.
I believe a lot of that comes from you. You have
so?
you have so much belief in me,
Mm.
and you are constantly giving me reassurance that, again, like the messages you hear become your beliefs.
Yeah.
That I believe we can make whatever happen that we try to make happen.
Yeah.
It's funny, my mom literally says, not all the time, but when we talk about, you know, life things or goals that we have or things that we're working on and new business projects, whatever, well, you guys always seem to land on your feet. Everything always seems to work out for you two.
Marge, I love it.
And she's not wrong, but
She's not wrong.
I know that she doesn't think that it's just by chance. Like, she knows how hard we work. She knows how much effort we put into things. But the way that she says it is almost as if to say, like, you know, universe just really always falls in your favor. Like,
No,
it's not.
I'm with you. And starting when you're not ready, I think, has been a staple of our relationship together, and that we have just decided to give it a go. And if you aren't clear, you're the same for me. Like, you do the same things for me, despite all the I don't know, personal development books I can read and all the motivational stuff I can watch. Whenever you say, like you did this week, let's do it, like, that's what I need. So, and it's weird. I think there's this belief or this notion that limiting beliefs, fear, or the other reasons that come up, like, go away. They don't go away. You just learn how to manage it. You learn how to deal with it. You lean on your circle. You lean on your community. You know, you dot your I's, cross your T's, and then you just go and have the things in place. You know, doesn't work out. You don't It's not the end of times, the end of days, or whatever. So, yeah, I think that's really good. So all that being said, we have a new tagline. This is interesting because I don't know if I've told this to you, so you might be hearing this for the first time. It's a new tagline for the YouTube/podcast. Are you ready to hear it?
Build the life you want. Does it start with that?
It does. Well, it doesn't. I changed it.
Oh. Okay, well, why don't you tell me, along with our listeners, what our new tagline is?
Okay. Our new tagline is enjoy the life you have, build the life you want.
Oh, okay, I had it reversed.
Yeah. And I reversed it on purpose, right? So, quick snapshot into Katie in our relationship. So a couple years before we met, I hit my proverbial rock bottom. I'm broke. I'm going through a divorce. I'm doing all the things. I'm a health mess, yada, yada, the whole thing. And I just get committed to changing my life. Like, I'm just all in it. I'm listening to books. I'm simplifying and applying the things I'm reading. Like, it's all good. And then we meet, which is great. But for me at that time, and as I think about and go back and review some of my journals from back then, because I love writing in my journal, I was all about building a life that I wanted in the future. Mm-hmm. And then I meet this tornado.
It's me, I'm the tornado.
From small De Pere, little town in Green Bay, but this tornado of like, enjoy the life you have right now. Because you were all about it, enjoying the life that you were living. And this idea, I don't know, of delaying, like, hey, this future life or whatever. I don't even know if it was forward to you, it was just different for you.
I remember having a conversation relatively early on when we were talking about our finances.
Yeah.
And we were combining our finances and bank accounts and everything else, and we were setting our savings goals. And you were like, team, we are going to save as much as we can. We're, damn near going to eat rice and beans and rice, if you follow Dave Ramsey. And like, be as, frugal as possible so that we could prepare ourselves for what retirement looks like. And I was adamant that I was on board with setting ourselves up for the type of retirement that we wanted, but I was 100% against we are going to save every gosh darn penny that we had, because I was not going to remove travel and like the joys of, taking a dance class here and there, or getting to go to a Broadway show, or like taking out all of the fun, experiential moments of enjoying what we have and the opportunity to take advantage of them now, because 20, 30 years down the road, I don't know if I'm still going to be here and if I've not done any of those. And those were some, slightly challenging conversations for us as a new couple, really trying to set similar goals of this is the life that we want to live and this is how we want to go through it. And I think that discussion happened before we did like our whole big Cheesecake Factory sit down budget, really breakdown plan. And I had to be really convincing that like, we're going to take at least a trip a year. And for Alan, a trip a year was like totally okay being a staycation where we like, get a room at one of the Disney hotels for one night and then maybe go to a Disney park for one day. And like, that was enough travel for him. And I'm thinking, this is not enough travel for me. I want to go somewhere I've never been, or I want to be able to get on an airplane and fly. And so yeah, there's value in expressing like, this is what I'd like, and then collaborating and meeting in the middle, because I believe you really enjoy the things that we do now. And we've done a great job financially of setting ourselves up for our future success.
Yeah. And I think for me, it's funny, we remember this a little bit differently.
Isn't that always how it goes?
But I think for me, it was a reframe of what we talk, like what we describe and enjoy the life you have. It was a reframe of what that actually meant, right? Like, we can celebrate something, celebrate an accomplishment, celebrate hitting a savings goal, or celebrate something happening in the gym. But we don't have to do, just because society says we should have a birthday month, doesn't mean we actually have to have a birthday month.
When you turn 40, it's totally okay to have a birthday month. I'm just going to put that caveat out there.
Right. So I thought we did a good job of, like, at least talking through, working through, and living for a long time about gifts don't have to be expensive to be meaningful.
For sure.
Like, I look forward to my gummy bears on my birthday for me. I look forward to the gifts that you made me, as opposed to the gifts that you would have bought me. And so I thought it was really cool that on our journey, when we were, improving our health and having a savings rate of like some 50%.
Over 50%. I think we were at 56 or 58% at one point.
At one point, right? And making all of these quote unquote sacrifices, it was just a reframing of how we can enjoy the life that you have. But I'm under no illusions that you and I would be up in a one-bedroom apartment, squirreled away somewhere, not enjoying this life if you hadn't had an impact on me. So I heard you. And so I think enjoy the life that you have, but build the life that you want is the right order of things. So I had to reframe on building the life that you want, and I think you had to reframe enjoy the life that you have. Like, you don't need 70 pairs of shoes.
My sneaker count is getting up there. I don't know if you've noticed. However, some of them have been free.
Yes.
So
you're doing a good job.
I'm very thrifty with where I get my footwear.
Yeah. So what does enjoying the life, I mean, we spent a few minutes talking about the new tagline, but what does enjoying the life that you have mean right now for you?
Taking advantage of the opportunities that are right in front of us and being present in the moments.
Like today.
Not thinking always about what's happening in the future, that you're missing the random acts of kindness and little, heartfelt goodness things that are happening in front of your face. Just sit in the moment. Take it in. Breathe deeply. Literally stop and smell the roses. Do that.
Do that. I love that. When I saw you this morning, just in your element, doing your thing, I love seeing you do that. And so that's why I'm excited about you just taking this idea, we're going to build this community together, to give people a space and a place to come to that says it's okay to be yourself, it's okay to dream, it's okay to chase your dreams, it's okay to be in a relationship and be 100% transparent with your partner and not even consider 50-50 or whatever that is. We'll have to do an episode on that because it's crazy, but yeah. sometimes we're so focused on building the next thing, we forget we are standing inside something pretty special. And I suffered from that for a long time. And it took a tornado to change my mind on that. So, good job, honey.
Happy to be here. Glad I can contribute.
So what we are building next, so what kind of community do we want to build?
Fun, vibrant. I don't know. What do you want? What do you want the community to look like?
Well, I mean, I think we had a great conversation in the pool today about like the limitations that we have doing an online community versus in person. But
What's wrong? We're at an hour already. What's wrong?
nothing will edit this part out. So I think one reality that people need to understand is that the life that you want isn't going to happen overnight. It takes some time to build, and you build it one day at a time, 1 week at a time, one challenge at a time, one opportunity at a time. How do you stay focused?
I think you just have to keep trying and learning. It's okay to try something and then not love the outcome and make a drastic change. It's okay to try something, get halfway there, and add to. But if you constantly wait until, quote unquote, you're ready, you'll never be ready. And then you'll never start.
I think my one takeaway from this week is, and we've done this a couple times this week, is just to, just say the dream out loud. Just say it.
Yeah.
And if you're lucky enough to have somebody to say it to, say it to them.
And also talk about it with other people.
Yeah.
Obviously, we start with each other on a lot of things, but we also have friends and family members and our peer group that gets to hear about all the things that we've got cooking.
All the things we got cooking. I love that. So if you're listening to this, if you've made it this far, thank you, number one. But number two, if you want to start building the life that you want, the simplest way to start is just to tell a friend, a coworker, send us a message if you want it, post it, comment on the YouTube channel, and just say, hey, look, this is what I'm trying to do. This is what I want to be. This is what I'm building.